Alright, so we have our color laid out pretty much for our character. And what we want to do next, we want to color the ink line right here. As you can see though, our ink line layer, if I get out of the multiply mode and go into the normal mode, it's a black and white image. And because we had it in multiply, the black of the lines darken everything below that. Again, that is because the multiply mode was selected. And in order to paint these lines, what we have to do is we have to go to normal mode, and then we have to select all of the white and we have to delete it. What we're going to use W for the magic wand tool. Make sure that you are in the magic wand and not the quick selection tool. And I want you guys to look at this button right here, Contiguous. By default, Contiguous is selected. So if I click on the white, my selection will go all the way to the border of the white and the black, but it will not penetrate this. Okay, think of the black line as a barrier for the white to keep selecting. However, if I deselect Contiguous and I select on the white, what Photoshop is going to do is going to select everything that is white. Now that everything that is white is selected, what I can do is I can hit delete, and as you can see, if I hide the other layers, including the background, what I'm left with is the black lines. Now, in order to paint these lines, if I was to change my color to, for example, a darker blue to go along with our character, you will notice that when I paint, it just goes everywhere, inside of the lines and outside of the lines. What we need to do is we need to lock the transparency, and this way when we paint, it's only going to paint inside of our lines. Let me undo this. Let me zoom out and turn the visibility on of all the layers. And what I'm going to do with the brush tool, if I hold the Alt key, I can sample the blue that we're using. I'm going to go to my color picker, and what we want to do is select a blue of the same family when it comes to the hue. Notice that I have not moved my hue slider, but I went towards a darker version of that color. And now when I paint, right, the two colors match. Alright, so what if we had different parts of our character with different colors? So I'm gonna paint certain elements of my characters with the different colors, and then I will come back to show you how to paint the lines. Okay, so I quickly changed the color for my two color layers, and you can see that on the fourth video of this series, which is called Adjustment Layers. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna select the dark color of the gray, and I'm gonna select a little bit of a darker version of that color, and I'm gonna go to my ink line layer, and I'm going to paint the lines of our character. And again, I'm using the paintbrush, and when I want to sample the color, I will hold the Option key in a Mac, Alt key on a PC, and then when I let go, I'm back on the brush. So there's no need to go to the eyedropper back and forth and all of that. Again, with the Alt key, sample the darkest part of the color, then go to the color picker and stay in the same hue level, right? Do not move the hue slider, and select a darker color to paint the lines with. And as you can see, here's our character, And if I want to change the color of the lines really quickly, now we can select the paint bucket. It's found with the gradient tool. The shortcut is G. And for example, I can sample this blue. Let's say that I want to make that blue a little bit lighter and more desaturated, something like this. I can quickly drop that onto our character. And again, this is how we paint a character's lines, by deleting the white from the layer, locking the transparency, and using the paintbrush to paint the color.